Oh.
Cool. So this is your morning routine?
Yeah.
Going to the gym. Why so early?
I like to get it out of the way, you know?
Yeah.
I like to... that sounds like I hate doing it and I want to just get it done. No, I like starting my day having accomplished something, because then I get done by like 10 and I can tell myself for the rest of the day, no matter what I do, that at the very least, I moved forward in some way.
Yeah.
I did something. Years ago, I realized that I need to get 3 things done in a day. And they don't have to be big things. Like if I make dinner, that's one thing. If I go to the gym, that's another thing. If I edit for a bit, or I write, or I play Warhammer, like that's something. So it doesn't have to be anything entirely like forward moving. It just has to be a thing that I can like lie down at night and say, this is one of 3 things that I did. I don't know, on most things in life, I feel that sort of obligation and those deadlines, and I get really worried about it. But I really look forward to these, like scheduling games and making sure this all goes well and then getting it all edited by a Thursday. I like it, which makes me feel like I'm doing something that I genuinely care about. Obviously, the like community and interaction and feedback from that is all a huge part of that. I don't know, it's really cool seeing people like get excited and talk to me about it immediately after making something and putting it, and then just seeing people ask me questions or give me like helpful criticism, or even just people just saying like, this was fun and I liked it. I pull up random bat reps sometimes of like channels I've never watched, and I just admire not even like just like graphics and like effects and stuff, but the pace, how they know what to film and what not to film, the steadiness of both like the camera and the narrative flow of the whole thing. Huge fan of Winter's SEO. I think he's definitely my favorite. There's a level of like, approachability and friendliness and just sort of like genuineness to his channel. It's just a guy playing in a really nice little studio with beautifully painted models, and he really cares about the narrative and his friends, and it's just really refreshing to watch.
Yeah. Cool. This is the gym.
Have you been in here before?
No.
You haven't? That's Nathan, yeah.
He's got some Warhammer stuff up here. Is it pure coincidence that your coach happened to be into Warhammer?
I was wearing a Destiny shirt, of all things, and it has the eagle on it.
Yeah.
And the Crucible eagle.
Yeah.
And Nathan comes up to me and asks, "Is that the Aquila?" And I was like, "No, what? I know what you're talking about."
That's so funny.
It was one day I was having a really shitty day for whatever reason, and Nathan could tell that I was having a shitty day. He looks at me and says, "You doing all right?" And I kind of go, "Yeah," but very much in that way that's like, "No, I'm not doing all right." Yeah. And he looks at me and he just does the sign of the Aquila. Good.
Feeling strong?
Yeah. Oh. Strong-ish? I mean, technically no. Like, post-workout, you feel weak because your muscles are destroyed. I think right now it's a hobby. It's definitely like an entertainment thing. Like I do it, I make adjustments to it based off of what people say.
Yeah.
But it is cool being able to support some of my, like my end of the hobby with the money from ads and Patreon and stuff. Being able to, I bought that paint rack, and now my paint station is so much more inviting now. I want to get more lights for the basement. I want to get a central one. I have 4 lights around the edge of the table right now, I want to get a little bit more. I want to do like a table under the window there, you know, and get a specialized mat for that so that people can lay out their armies. So I can do like an overall like army shot that I might be able to like splash over when we're talking about our lists. Be able to show like an army with a little background and stuff. I have plans to do like a big, like make like a frame with like PVC pipe and be able to hang, not like banners, but like, yeah, like drapes, so that I'm not like, hey everyone, here's my water heater and my washing machine. Although some people like the kind of like casualness of being able to be like, here's my laundry machine, here's all of my like emergency food and stuff like that. But also like maybe people don't want to just see my shelf full of beans and like laundry supplies.
Future gaming store.
Someday. Pie in the sky idea, we rent out this place and turn it into a fun like gaming studio slash like local club where people can just come and hang out and play games, film battle reports, drink whiskey, have like an actual like studio and a bunch of lights and a bunch of just like shelves full of models and terrain and things like that. That's a good point. I should do that right now. We're doing a 1,000-point game. Should I just bring a ton of Dread Knights today? That'd be kind of a jerk move in a 1,000-point match against Renegades and Heretics, wouldn't it? I think I'm just gonna make a dumb little psychic melee death ball. So I'm just gonna have a bunch of characters, some Terminators, a Dreadnought, and a big old Purifier squad. Oop, I have too many elites. Nope, that overshot it too much. No, I can't have the hammer on my... I want to bring the hammer though. I'll need the hammer. He has a few Russes and stuff. Hammer. Then I have 18 points. If I had an extra hammer, I'd just throw it on somebody, but I don't have any extra hammers on people. And I only run WYSIWYG. Nah, I'm sure I can throw a hammer or something on somewhere. If only Samanda's had a hammer. There's gotta be. That 18 points, I just don't know what to do with that. If it were a different army, I could just add like a single troop on. But my troops are 40 points. Okay, here, we're gonna do this. We're gonna switch up our HQ. I need to make a Grandmaster with a hammer, just to have that option available. I would fill this out right now if I had that. Or I can take the hammer off of the Terminator, just a car, and then have 33 points that I don't know what to do with.
Sounds like you had a pretty special and intimate relationship with this hammer, and that losing it was almost comparable to losing a loved one.
All right, great. 998 points. Let's do it. Go team. Go team.
Go team right now.
Go team. Oh, wait a minute. Now my Purifier squad is too big and they can't fit in the Razorback. Hello. How are you, buddy? Hello. This feels so small.
Yeah, the 2 kill team points, right?
Yeah, it's the 2 kill team boards. That's right. Right? Let's double check. Yeah, this is right. 44 by 30. Ugh, it feels so small. Why do I love Grey Knights?
Yeah.
That's a tough question. That's a deep philosophical question for the ages. So when I was getting into 40K and I had to pick a faction, I was looking at Space Marines and I was looking at Tau and I was looking at Grey Knights. Because I've always liked the strong melee focused, like up close and personal guys. But the more I learned about Space Marines, it was like, oh, we're a bunch of like not very secretive fascists, and there's a lot of like burn the mutant and things like that, which was hard to get behind. It doesn't turn me off entirely because it is all fiction and it's all like this. It's fun to be the bad guys sometimes, but I'm so used to playing like the just characters, the paladins and stuff. I thought about playing Tau, but Tau were so contrary to what I'm like used to playing, you know? No melee and entirely focused on shooting. And I really didn't like the idea of having a bunch of skinny little troops. So Grey Knights, I learned more about them, and they very much embody the whole, like the classic, like, if you think of like old fantasy novels, and you think of like the lone like warrior standing with like the huge demons like coming at him, or the dragon or whatever. Like I love that archetype from like the old sword and sorcery style books. where like you have Conan standing against the giants or whatever. And Grey Knights embody that. And also, their villain, demons, are objectively the bad guys. There is no ambiguity there. Demons are the manifestation of raw emotion that seek to consume, devour, and corrupt humanity. At its core, it's a bunch of, like, holy, like, incorruptible warriors standing against impossible odds, and their enemies are literally the embodiment of evil.
Yeah.
So it's great. I like it. In RPGs, I'm always paladins or like a fighter, and in video games, I'm always the very like tanky, upfront, punchy class. I've since obviously branched out to like Tau. It is entirely theme-wise that I enjoy playing Tau.
Yeah.
Would not enjoy playing them if I didn't like what I was like going for thematically.
Do you mean with dinosaurs?
With the dinosaur stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Games like these are all fantasies, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
People tend to pick something that is kind of related to who they already are.
Yeah.
And
they want to be idealized versions of themselves.
yeah.
The goal, I think, here ultimately is going to have it be like the edge of the hive on the waists, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm going for. Yeah, have it kind of like covered in junk, sort of like everybody's really, whoa, that's so cool. So imagining like a gate, like at the edge of a hive, you know. This is my entire list.
Is that right? Before I ran out of bolt gun, as you can see.
You ran out of a paint. Look at this little dum-dum. Where did that head come from?
That is a Beastman head. For an ungore. I'm sorry, do you really think that is a different symbol than that?
Yes, this is an iron halo. It is representative of a Space Marine's, like, holy service.
That's a big iron halo.
Big iron halo. It's literally the same shit.
No,
because it's technically banned in Visuals of Blood. You technically just couldn't play as Fallen at all until that.
This is the first round of the One Last Blade Grand Tournament.
First and last round.
Single round elimination. Judges are trying to decide if an army without a warlord is allowed because they didn't bring any characters. So, let's go to the judges.
One Last Blade!
The only Warhammer channel that brings you right into the action.
Alright. Hello! Welcome to One Last Blade. Home of Narrative 40K.
Don't say that, then you can't post this on Warhammer Competitive.
You're right.
This is the mid-May seasonal open.